It's very easy for us to be consumed with fear and worry. I know anytime that I'm consumed with fear and worry, it's because I'm thinking about something else other than having my mind put on the Lord. And when we put our minds on the Lord, then things begin to change. And so instead of being consumed with worry and fear, which is easy for every one of us, none of us are immune. But instead of being concerned with fear and worry, let's focus our hearts on praise. Our praise to God can break bondages. It can break bondages within, and it can break bondages without. And not only does it break bondages, but those who are on the outside looking in, it makes a difference to them. And I'm going to read to you a very familiar account out of Acts chapter 16 about how praise broke the bondage, and it also caused the whole household to be saved. And this is Acts 16, starting in verse 25. And at this point, we're talking about Paul and Silas, and they're in prison, and this is where we pick up. But at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were opened and everyone's chains were loosed. And the keeper of the prison, awakening from sleep and seeing the prison doors open, supposing the prisoners had fled, drew his sword and was about to kill himself. But Paul called with a loud voice, saying, "Do yourself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light, ran in, and fell down trembling before Paul and Silas. And he brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" So they said, "Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and you will be saved, you and your household." Then they spoke the word of the Lord to him and to all who were in his house. And he took them the same hour of the night and washed their stripes. And immediately he and all his family were baptized. Now when he had brought them into his house, he set food before them, and he rejoiced, having believed in God with all his household. So these were men of God were imprisoned, and instead of complaining or being fearful or upset, they were praying and singing hymns to God. And because they put their hearts on God, not only were their chains loosed, but all of the prisoners' chains were loosed. And not only were they all loosed, but because as a result of this act of these two godly men, a whole household gave their hearts to the Lord. This is the power of praise. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. It's all about Jesus.